Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia, and also welcome to Steelers Dynasty Podcast. We just got done recording with Bubba and Shane, and we have some now bad news. As we go live, there's been some breaking news to do with Will Howard, and we are going to cover this in the episode. I'm going to bring in my good mate Bubba. Bubba, what's happening?
Well, we were doing so good with the depth chart. Now I have no idea about the quarterback situation. And we just talked about it. And then look what happened.
Yeah, big time. So we are going live now, and we'll see if people come in the show. If they don't come in the show, please make sure you check out the episode later, like you're doing, or check out Steelers Dynasty Podcast. But in big news, massive news, this is what we have to talk about it, is being reported from Alan Saunders via Ian Rappaport, says that Will Howard has suffered a broken bone in his hand today. According to Ian Rappaport via NFL Network, he's likely to avoid surgery. However, he's going to miss at least 3 weeks. Bubba. Bad.
All training
Not
camp.
good.
No experience in any games at all.
Yeah, so this is a pretty... Obviously, it's bad news for Will Howard, but we just got done talking about him, and he was the third on the depth chart. But for Steelers fans out there getting keen for preseason, and also him getting real live game reps, he may not see the field, Bubba, unless the other two blokes, knock on wood, they were to go down with injury this year. In 2025, when does he now get a chance to actually play football games?
He won't.
If he's out 3 weeks, he's going to be out all the whole preseason, looks like.
Yeah, he won't. And unless he can learn from the sidelines, like Devil said, but also too, if it's a huge victory sometime during a season where the Steelers score a massive amount of points and they get him some kind of series rep. Other than that, we will not see him this year. I don't think so, and that's a sad case for all of us who wanted to see him, which I was one of them. And we just talked about it on the show about how he was such enamored by the Steeler fans. Yeah, it's just bad luck. And I don't know how did he hit a helmet or...
I think it was during this snap exchange from the reports I read before. And yeah, Jake West is right. Told you he was hurt. We knew he was hurt. We didn't know how much or how bad it was in terms of missing time. What I read before the show, before the first show we did on the with Shano as well, was that he hit it during the exchange and a handoff under the center. Maybe he's hit I don't know what he's done exactly, but he's broken his hand. He's going to be out 3 weeks, and it looks like, I guess if it's 3 weeks from now, he may have a chance to play the last preseason game. But would you risk it, Bubba, or would you just say it's curtains?
Well, no, you would risk it if he has an opportunity to play, but I don't think that's going to be able to happen. I mean, you want to see him have a little bit of game time, but I don't know. And you'll be rehabbing that throwing. It's just, if it was a non-throwing hand, there would be no issue. I mean, he would still get.
I think it's
time to play and stuff.
Suffered a broken bone in his hand today, so it must be his right arm. He's
not gonna be able to do any training camp because there's only 3 games. Not 4. Yeah.
So basically, he now goes into, I guess, sideline mode, into learning about the playbook and stuff like that. But I think for all the Yinzers out there, for all Steeler fans, we're so excited to see him play football and preseason football. So, I know you talked to him.
Skyler just moved up from 4th to 3rd.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Okay, do they sign another quarterback like the Browns, or do they just let him?
No. I don't think they'd sign another quarterback. I think we would be okay with that. It's not like it's a season-ending injury. He's just not going to get quality time, playing game time atmosphere. So he would go down to the 4th string quarterback. Skylar Thompson now has moved up in the depth chart, but also too, we only have 2 quarterbacks playing against the Jags. I don't know now.
Yeah. So that's Rudolph playing one half and the other bloke playing the other. When does Rodgers even have any snaps? Would he play week 2? You know what? They might sign someone, to be honest, because they need someone to play reps. If he can't play, that's only 2 quarterbacks besides Rodgers.
But also too, you're going to sign somebody. You're not going to give him. He's not going to learn the Steelers playbook by Saturday to get in, and that would be just diabolical for the the third teamer Steelers that are actually playing. Just let them play with, Mason get a half and Skyler get a half. Those two quarterbacks get a half.
Actually, too, just another breaking news as well, and this
Oh
puts away
God, what happened now?
no, this is something different. Receiver
Okay.
Keenan Allen signed a 1-year deal with the Chargers, so that's not going to happen with the Steelers.
He
Just
didn't want to come to
putting it out
Pittsburgh
there.
anyway. He didn't want to
Yeah,
come to
so
Pittsburgh anyway.
he signed there, but this honestly, honest to goodness, I think that they could sign another quarterback somewhere just for training camp, because how many reps do you think that Aaron Rodgers takes during training camp? Does he play week 2? Does he play this or that?
I'd say he gets one series next week. He doesn't need to go into the third game. One series or two series, and that's it. I mean, and that's all he needs to go next week. That's it.
Yeah, Wild Herb Way says was Will put on the sled? Don't play in Tomlin. All QBs push a sled. I don't think he was put on the sled. I think he hurt his hand or throwing hand in exchange or something like that. But this to me, I think if he's out three preseason games, they might just sign someone at camp, QB arm, unless you're going to see all 3 games. Rodgers plays a series or 2, and then Rudolph and Skylar Thompson are playing 3 football games.
Yeah.
This is not good for Steeler Nation to have.
Do you sign a quarterback, and maybe there's another quarterback that is better than Skylar Thompson out there because if someone cuts him or whatever? Do you bring him on as your 4th quarterback and move him up? Do you put Will Howard, just put him on the practice squad all season? I don't know.
I don't think they put him on the practice squad because then people could pick him up. I think they're going to keep him on the roster. I think he'd be on the injured reserve list to return. He's going to make the team. But this is something where they just got to figure out reps now, because if you don't want Rodgers going out there and playing all these reps in series.
No.
But you need someone.
No.
Jed says we'll bring back Kenny Pickett when he's cut.
No, God, no.
Hey, they could do that.
They could. But, oh my God, that would be just.
Could you imagine if he was like third? If he was on the third QB, fourth QB?
No, no. It's Bizarro's world, and I wouldn't want that. Like, I mean, it's a shame that Will got hurt, and hopefully they put him as their 4th quarterback and just let him. He's not going to get any game time experience. That's the only thing that's the killer. We're not going to see him how he can run the offense. He was doing good in practice, getting a couple touchdowns in some of those drills, the 11 on 11 and 7 on 7. I don't want to imagine that press conference, because I would probably be drinking or smoking real heavily and not smoking cigarettes if that happened.
It does suck though. It sucks for him. It doesn't, change his whole career and stuff. But I think because we're so keen to see what Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin was thinking about, getting him in the 6th round. And I think that he's been a likable story for weeks and weeks now. You met him down the sidelines and had a bit of a laugh with him. He's broken his hand, and the preseason was the only time he could have the chance to play football pretty much this year in 2025. Oh, that sucks. I don't know, Bubba. Do you think I just feel like they have to get someone else now.
I don't know who's out there, and I don't know who they're going to get, but I don't want anybody from the Cleveland Browns fucking coming over. So let's scratch that. They got 6'7" quarterbacks. Now we're down to 3. I don't know what they do. Like, do they sign somebody? I mean, they still have preseason to, you know what I mean? I think they might sign a quarterback somewhere.
Let's have a look. I know we're not putting Will Howard out to dirt, but
no.
In the meantime, for preseason, they need to have someone because if Rodgers doesn't play, they need probably 2 or 3, unless they're going to go with 2 quarterbacks the whole time, which would be a half and a half. And you might even see Skylar Thompson might play a full game, Bubba.
Oh God.
In preseason, but
he did have playoff experience though, and he didn't do very good in that one Miami game.
The only ones I can see that are available is Carson Wentz, Bridgewater, Bethard, Driscoll, Logan Woodside, Jake Fromm. Those are some of the players I can see. Tyler Huntley, but I think he just signed with the Browns.
I think Bridgewater, isn't he like a high school coach? I think, and Garth, he's hurt bad.
I heard that too. Actually, yeah, that's right. I didn't hear that. I don't know who they're going to get. They're going to get someone probably from the UFL. You never know. Someone like that. Carl says, how bad is Will Hurt? He said in the statement it is 3 weeks for a broken bone in his hand.
And you
To
got
miss
rehab,
3 weeks.
and you got rehab to rehab that hand. So once it
Yeah.
heals, you got weeks, you got a month of rehab. No,
They won't bring
I
in
don't.
Deshaun Watson.
I don't know. I don't want him. No, my God, no.
Imagine that PR press conference about the
Oh, it'd be
Steeler Nation.
terrible. It'd be terrible.
That'd be the worst.
Pitchforks and torches would all be ablaze.
They're not going to bring him in, but no, it does. We just want to go quick live breaking news and for people to watch it later too.
It's disappointing. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah,
it's. I was looking forward to seeing him actually play in a game environment, and also too, how long does it take for your throwing hand to recover in rehab? So he's got 3 weeks. He got in a cast, and then you got rehab after that. So is that 6 to 8 weeks?
Pretty much on the bench, and I think the part is
he could go on He could go on IR.
No, I think he'll come back. If it's 3 weeks, he'll come back for the season, then he'll be third quarterback again. But the thing is, we know what Mason Rudolph looks like, in terms of like watching Steelers football. We understand what he's like. And then Skylar Thompson could be quite exciting, but I think everybody was looking forward to seeing Will Howard play rookie preseason football and have that moment like, holy fuck, could this guy be the guy?
One bone in his hand? One bone?
I'm not too sure. It's one of the bones.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. J-Devil says, sucks for the rookie, but will have time to take mental reps while watching the starters, definitely.
How long does it take for a quarterback's throwing hand to recover with a broken bone? Oh, shit. A broken bone in a quarterback's throwing hand typically takes 6 to 8 weeks for initial healing and cast or splint. However, full recovery and return to throwing may take longer, potentially. Oh, God, I'm going to fucking be sick. 3 to 4 months, depending on the severity of the fracture, the type of treatment, the individual's healing process. Some athletes may need even longer to regain full strength and dexterity, especially for complex fractures or those recovering surgery. He didn't need surgery. So,
well, I guess it did say, miss at least 3 weeks.
We don't know if he's going to marsupial fracture.
I don't know
6 to 8 weeks. I don't know. I played a doctor once on TV, and after initial healing, athletes can gradually begin light throwing activities under the guidance of a doctor or physical therapist. I mean, I know they have the sports trainers and the Steelers have the great, doctors down there. It could take additional several weeks or even months for athletes to regain full strength, emotion, and the throwing power. I'm going to be sick to my stomach.
So Nick Farabaugh is one of the reporters, Steelers beat reporters. I imagine the Steelers would now sign another quarterback to have someone out there to eat reps. 100%. They got to sign someone.
Yeah, they got to.
And bummer about Howard News. Bummer about the Howard News for the purpose of just having tape on him. Yeah, it's a big bummer because he now misses the whole preseason. And they said at least 3 weeks he could be missing, which means I think he'll start on the roster, but he could start on IR. I don't know, but we'll have to find out more.
They'll put him on They put him on IR probably to start the season, and then they have to take him off after a certain time, right? I mean, that's all complicated stuff. That's too complicated for me right now to think about it. But I guess we're going to have to sign. Well, they're going to be shopping around for quarterback now. Then,
yeah, definitely. Bit of a change up, bit of a mix up to what we thought was going to happen, Bubba.
Well, I mean, we knew he was hurt during our first show that we did together, and no, we're not bringing him in. But we knew, but we didn't know how severe it was, and that was the point. If we knew, we would have said it then, and that's why we came on.
Oh yeah, I was going to make a video about it. I was already talking to you in the black and gold room. I was like, you know what? Let's go live again.
Yeah, I'm a little upset.
I don't know. I think we'll be out 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks. So. But I just saw another picture too from here's a picture of Aaron Rodgers at QB1 on the Steelers side. Here's Rodgers, mate, looking fit as ever.
Look at that calf. That calf looks strong. Look at that muscle dexterity on that calf. I'm all in. I got to order. I got to order my Aaron Rodgers jersey because they didn't have any bigger size jerseys at training camp. So I will order one before the Jets game. I will get it. I'll get it before the
I
end of
might need one
September.
before my Dublin game. I'm going to Ireland. I might need to get one before my
Are you gonna
Dublin game.
get
I don't know.
the old fashioned one there? Look,
I gotta. You know what? Because I can't buy. I'm probably better off just buying a Steelers jersey overseas in Ireland. I think
probably, and
than I
getting
am
it and
here
then just
when
putting
I
it in
get
your
there.
bag
Yeah.
because you might need a lolly.
But, but yeah. Just I think like preseason was gonna be fun. Now it's gonna be like a little bit less fun.
Well, we were
You
looking
know what I
for
mean?
these. Well, Will Howard was one of them when we talked about him watching, an
Yeah.
exhibition, and now that's big news. That's big Steeler news. And the thing about training camp is that's the biggest injury right now in out of Steeler camp. Everything Highsmith has the groin. People have a lot of nixes
Yep.
and muscle issues and groin issues, but this is a one that is besides that fullback that's out, an IR. This was the biggest injury so far in camp.
Big time. I'm just keen to see who they bring in. To be honest, nothing
I
against
don't
Will
know.
Howard, but
I
I don't
don't
know who they're gonna bring
no,
in.
I don't know who they're going to bring in. That's another big news when they do bring somebody in. Uh, Carson, like, do you bring in a veteran or do you bring in somebody that's
Hear me out, Bubba. Hear me. Hear me out. The Browns cut Sanders and they bring in Sanders. They pick him up.
I'm gonna be pissed. And if they cut him, you know what? That's probably what would happen. That I would expect nothing less. But also too, I think the Steelers realize that they don't want any headaches, and that's why it would be a headache.
Yeah, I'm
And
only joking.
okay, don't scare me like that.
Only
'Cause,
joking.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody from a division, just somebody, a young quarterback that's a free agent quarterback. No, not Kenny Pickett.
Because they
Bring
definitely need someone. Like you can't. Rogers won't play that much.
no.
Rudolph. They
You
need
don't want,
just.
and you don't want Mason. You don't want Mason throwing a lot. You don't want Mason playing a lot
No, and if
either.
he gets injured and then you have one
I mean,
quarterback
oh my
left,
God, like
you know.
yeah, you
But
don't want
anyways,
that.
that's the breaking news, guys. We'll get out of here shortly. So the breaking news was that Will Howard has suffered a broken bone in his hand today,
Terrible.
according to Ian Rappaport, NFL Network. Likely to avoid surgery, which is good, but expected to miss at least 3 weeks, and that's probably all preseason. We hope he can come back onto the
rehab.
roster.
That doesn't include rehab either. So that could be you could be looking at October.
Yeah, definitely. So here's a bloke throwing football passes today, and I think he was a fan favorite because at the moment, how could you hate or dislike Will Howard? He's doing everything right.
You couldn't. If you
You
saw
can't.
the
No.
video that I'm going to post now on the Dynasty, the quick snippet I should have did a day ago, but I'm going to do it tonight because I got stuff to do. Like him taking the time to sign autographs to all those kids and just taking the time after practice, half hour after practice, 40 minutes. He was still taking autographs when I was leaving. He was still signing stuff.
Nothing but a true professional coming into this season and 6th-round pick from champion Ohio State. And yeah, Will Howard, I think every Steeler fan was looking forward to see him play. He's now going to be having mental reps, getting healthy on the sideline. And then I think the next time we might see him, to be honest, is 2026.
Yeah.
Here you go, and that's a big void too, because then it'll be all the speculation about should they get a QB, and we haven't seen Will Howard and this kind of stuff. Blah, 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 blah.
This is like Roman Wilson last year. Now it's a quarterback situation.
Correct, and Calvin Austin the year before, and Troy Fartani.
Yeah,
and his
so
injuries,
yeah, every year it's something that we don't get to see.
Certain rookie here and there. Alrighty, thanks guys for joining us for the emergency Steelers breaking news with Steelers Dynasty podcast. Will Howard has been out 3 weeks. We appreciate everyone coming in and your comments, and we also appreciate everyone on Bubba's channel and also mine on Steel Oz. But it does suck. We have to go through it. We wish Will Howard all the best.
That's what they call this now. SMZ, Steeler Tabloid News.
Well, when I'm awake, I can do it. I can do it. But yeah, we wish him all the luck. Will Howard out there for a Steeler. We wish him all recovery and to get back at. But right now, it's a QB1 is Rogers, but he won't play too much in preseason. Maybe a series or two.
Looks good though. Look at that calf.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, he looks great. He looks like $1 million right now.
Looks like he's 25 out there.
I know. He looks like he's just getting ready to throw a Hail Mary pass with a minute to go to win the game. I mean, look at him. He's laser focused.
So we got this bloke, and we also have the other bloke, Mason Rudolph too, and
Looks
then
like he's
the other
going to be
bloke,
somebody up in a John Wick movie. We're good.
yeah, and the third quarterback is Will Howard is out. So that sucks, man. That definitely does suck. But
he was moving up the chain too. You know what I mean? He could have been competing for maybe some 2 reps. You know,
GW says it's a 14-3 calf.
That's a powerful calf.
All right, I guess you guys got a show tomorrow.
Yeah, now we got.
You are getting a show tomorrow now.
Well, maybe they signed a quarterback tomorrow, or maybe Fran Tarkenton. I don't know. Who knows? If they sign, they got to sign somebody. There's not much out there, so now we got to speculate on who they sign because they definitely need another quarterback.
At least someone for camp. I think. Yeah. You can't just run with 2 quarterbacks.
No, you cannot, and you can't be playing Fran Tarkenton. Fran Tarkenton played for the Minnesota Vikings.
Imagine if they had
70s. He doesn't play.
If they had four preseason games, they definitely need someone for sure.
You're right, because like I said, a couple weeks after
we might see Rodgers play 1 series in this week. Right?
No,
maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you play him at all.
You think Rudolph starts and then it's 1/2, 1/2.
Yep. Now it's
that's fucking right. The Browns took all the fucking QBs. They've got them all.
I'm gonna have to look and see who's, like, you already looked and see who's available out there. But do you take a veteran, or do you take somebody that just is going to play just for reps, but also too? I mean, you want somebody. Well, I don't know.
You need someone to hand the ball off and to get the offense in sync, to get them warmed up, to get them moving. This kind of hurts. I think this kind of hurts the offense too, by the way, in terms of like all the training they've been doing. Not good to lose one of your quarterbacks in depth, but holy dooly, some big news. We'll and Teddy Bridgewater just signed to 8 hours ago. He signed to the Buccaneers.
Well, holy Christ, we just talked about him. Well, he's out.
He's out. I think it's an NFL account. Yeah, that's right.
Carson Wentz.
He signed today, and then
Carson Wentz is good for no offense for a 4-string quarterback. So people can kick me in the sackage all they want.
I reckon they're gonna get someone from the UFL, someone like that. Anyways, Bubba, thank you everyone. Thanks for joining the show. Breaking news was bad, and Will Howard's out, but got to go with it now, man. Got to go with it. Cleveland going to sign all the fucking quarterbacks.
Yeah. Cleveland sucks.
Hooly dooly. No worries, Chloe. We just talked about Will Howard, and maybe we can catch it back because Will Howard's going to be out 3 weeks in his injury. So, Bubba's going to cover it tomorrow on the Steelers Dynasty podcast.
I'll cover it tomorrow and see who we're going to get. We might get somebody by tomorrow anyway, because Omar Khan's probably on the phone right now. They're probably on the phone trying to sign somebody.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Thank you, Bubba. And thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
To the chat. And bad news, but we just got to go with it. Wish the bloke all the luck. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow in Bubba's show, Steelers Dynasty podcast. I'll see you guys later. Hey, Rod. Got the light. Left the light on. See you later.